Most of us play by the rules. We pay our bills, including auto insurance. But when uninsured drivers crash, you get the bill.
Tonight, Target 8 investigator Joe LaFurgey takes you inside the state's new effort to crack down on uninsured drivers.
The tragedy unfolded along a stretch of I-196 in Ottawa County about this time last year. 70-year-old Estella Vittens ran out of gas. She walked along the freeway and was struck by a vehicle. Vittens survived, but her daughter says she's had a difficult recovery. Accident or not, Vittens' daughter wonders if the tragedy could have been prevented.
Yes, sir.
The driver who fled the scene shouldn't have been on the road.
It turns out that he had provided false proof of insurance just a couple weeks earlier to get his license plate.
We just want to know what happened out there.
That driver, Dwayne Washington, was caught and pled no contest at failing to stop at the scene of an injury accident. The insurance company he claimed to have had coverage through told Target 8 he never had a policy with them. It's one example of a growing problem.
The percentage is very high right now of fakes, forgeries, and frauds.
So a task force is looking at ways to reduce the problem. It's called FAIR, the Fighting Auto Insurance Ripoff Initiative, and it's already made progress, including getting a law passed that requires insurance companies to provide renewal information to a database that's updated every 2 weeks to avoid this. Drivers often bring in certificates for policies that have already been canceled.
We've canceled people that have plates that have bad insurance at a rate 10 times higher than we did just 2 years ago.
That's just one example of the problem the task force is uncovering.
There was one person that was advertising on Craigslist that they could do duplicate insurance, which was obviously fraud. There was actually a auto dealer that sold used cars that was providing fake insurance, and a lot of those people probably didn't know.
So how big is the problem? Well, back on July 31st, the Secretary of State took a snapshot, a sampling, if you will, of all the renewals that went through the branches that day. There were close to 15,000 of them. Over 3,400 involved paper certificates. And out of those, 552 were invalid.
We had almost 30 people come in on that day that had QR codes, very technologically sophisticated. And when we looked up that QR code, it had a picture of a llama, and it said, "Llamas are so cool."
Target 8 studied West Michigan numbers from the survey date and found out that of 5 counties, Allegan, Kalamazoo, Kent, Muskegon, and Ottawa, more than 11% of the paperwork that day was invalid. And it's costing you.
We've had a 47% increase in the last 4 years of the money that we all put in the state kitty to take care of people that don't have insurance. That equals $220 million and growing.
Johnson's putting the word out. Get caught and the state will take action. After all, it's only fair for those who play by the rules.
We all pay insurance, so it's good that they're doing something about it. It's not fair that people get away with not paying for their fair share.
In Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, 24-Hour News 8.
Law enforcement is part of the effort. Eaton County's prosecutor has issued felony charges against a suspect who allegedly advertised fake insurance online on Craigslist with the warning, "Use at your own risk, no refunds."